I grew up off of Power Rangers. I had Megazords. I had Morphers. I dressed up as them for Halloween. I wanted to be a Power Ranger, not the actor.
Everything Tokyo Revengers failed at, Windbreaker is exceeding at.
Talking shit about RJ is hilarious, bro. He's like the ultimate My Hero dick rider. 12 and gay.
I beg your pardon?
12 and gay. What's good, YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Casual Takes, and I am here with my boy, and he is back, Big Back Kardiac. You know what I'm saying? What's good, Kardiac?
Cardiferous Skywalker is in the building. Yes, it's great to see you. It's great to be on the channel again, Brody.
Yeah, is there a reason why you're trying to be related to a Skywalker right now?
You know, so far in the Skywalker heritage, it's a flip of the coin of greatness or evilness, but that evilness is still great. So any way I can get to that greatness, I'll take it.
And apparently,
false claiming.
Apparently, you don't even have to be related to a Skywalker to be a Skywalker. Anyways,
yeah, I can be black and be Skywalker.
Yeah. Anyways, anyway, this is off to a great start. Anyways. Oh man, all right, so. All right, so since it's been a while since I caught up with Kardiac, I just want to get into what have you been watching this season? Because we are I want to say 5 weeks into the season, 6 weeks, something like that. It's been a bit,
4 episodes, 5 weeks.
Yeah. Let me know what you think about this season. What you've been watching? What's been good, bad, boring, mid?
I started out with I think 7 or 8 shows, and that's dwindled down to 5, and 1 will be airing in a couple of weeks in Demon Slayer, so that'll bring it back to 6. But it's been a solid season so far. I've been keeping up with Kaiju No.8. I've been keeping up with Mushoku Tensei, of course, as well as some newer shows like A Mission Yozakura Family finally getting its adaptation. Well deserved. Go Loser Ranger has been amazing. There's also been some disappointments. My shoujo of the season, my appointed shoujo of the season, let me down 3 episodes in.
Oh man.
We'll probably get into that for sure. I know it's not this season, but I believe it's still continuing into this season. I've been dropped the fuck out of Ninja Kamui.
But been dropping
that. And I'm not gonna lie, Bartender 2 is just not up my alley. I'm sure it's good, but I don't know. Maybe I'm just not soft-hearted enough to truly appreciate 12 episodes of The Art of Bartending yet. So
okay,
I need to mature a little bit more. That.
But before we get into this, Kardiac, how old are you again?
21. Oh, 20.
Makes sense. Okay, just making sure. Anyways, it's
so crazy how I had to lie.
I was like, why'd you? I was about to say, I was like, I don't think that's right, but I'm gonna let him rock with it.
And the thing is, I've never lied and said that I was 21, so I don't know why I said
Cotton 4K. He just wants to be involved, guys. He just wants to be involved.
Insane.
But before we get into all that, I do want to start with Kaiju No.8 because it is the Shonen Jump anime adaptation of the season, and I do want to say I'm glad that they are getting out the English dub of it out the same day as the sub.
Oh, it's
Kaiju No.8. Yeah, it's simultaneously doing the dubs and subs and everything because Kaiju No.8 has been my laundry anime, if that makes sense. I fold my clothes while I'm watching Kaiju No.8 because I'm not gonna lie to you, it's just one of those anime where it's super predictable, great action when it does happen, but I don't need to fully pay attention to Kaiju No.8. I think it's just one of those things where it's fun, but the best I could give it is a 7 out of 10 at most.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't think it's super controversial. A lot of people are saying yeah, it's fun, but it's not the best. It's whatever. What are your thoughts on it?
This early into it, for sure. I read it basically any future Shonen Jump adaptation that we get from here on out. I've read like the first, I don't want to say arc per se, but like the first 10 chapters at least. And at least for that, yeah, Kaiju No.8 is like a very predictable series. It's still enjoyable, but it definitely still follows some newer shonen tropes, I'll say. Of course, the inner demon trope, inner monster, inner demon, whatever phrase you want to use. I mean, of course, it has the twist of the protagonist being a older aged male.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that over time, there have been two things that have kind of led to its downfall now that it's getting an anime adaptation. And sadly, like this just propped up before it was even entering the mainstream, but like it's grown along with the show's reputation. One, I don't know who originated it, but at least the most prominent person that I know that did this is a YouTuber named Friday. Shout out Friday if you're watching this. But the AOT comparisons, the AOT comparisons did
Hey.
not do this justice. I mean, it did good for, and I believe the series premiered in 2021 in Jump.
Mm.
It did good for getting it off the ground, getting it to where it now is. I believe a top 20 seller year after year in manga sales. One of the newer shows that are one of the newer manga that are definitely like doing its job sales wise. But I think that as well as it's being done by Mappa.
I believe so.
And I think that like between those two,
No, it's Production IG. Production IG.
Production IG. I think between those two elements of the show or of the series, it probably raised a lot of people's expectations. And the show just like doesn't, the series, the quality of it just doesn't reach it, at least in this part of the story. I've heard some good things about later in the manga, but at least for, I believe, season one, we can expect like a 7, maybe 7.5 out of 10. Continue that little trend.
Yeah. I will say this. Me and RJ kind of touched on it last time we were recording with each other, but we believe like the comparisons between AOT and Kaiju No.8. I believe that YouTuber just used it as clickbait. Personally, I think like,
Yeah.
hey, if you need a clickbait, hey, just compare it to AOT. Oh, both got monsters in it. It is what it is. Got to be similar, right? But nah, it's like not even close to similar with AOT, like at all. I honestly don't see any similarities. Like besides monsters, that's kind of it. I will say this: I do like the use of an older protagonist. It doesn't happen too often in shonen. By the way, 32 is not that old. I don't know who, like, apparently if you're over 30, you old as hell.
We're on the internet. that is ancient, buddy. And you're headed there, so I know you're trying to cover ass, but you're old.
There is still a 2 in front of my my age, so we'll get there when we get there. let's just say that.
Days.
But I will give Crunchyroll this credit. I do love the fact that you are putting out the dub at the same time as the sub. Like that to me is like saving me a lot of time, because honestly, if it was in sub only, I think I would have dropped this show, because I could not just pay attention to this show. And I hope they do this more with popular battle shonen. Hopefully, things that usually battle shonen have this very similar start to them. So having it in dub while simultaneously having the sub out is definitely saving me from dropping this show. Definitely a great listen. And I glimpse at the action every now and then. It's like, I'm listening to Kaiju No.8 like a podcast.
That's what I'm saying. The Kaiju No.8 podcast is going on to your household right now.
Yes, dude,
that's so insane.
I have it on the TV, and I'm like in the laundry room is like diagonal from the TV, so I like get the clothes out. I'm like peeking at it, like I bet. And then like.
That's one thing about anime. I like other shows and media. To an extent, yeah, I've definitely adapted to multitasking while doing that. With anime, regardless of whether it's sub or dub, I just can't. Even with dub, like if I'm watching something in dub, all right, that just means that now I can watch it without my glasses on. But like beyond that, like I am very much still at the point to where like if I'm watching anime, that is the most invested, aside from like movies and the theater. That that is the most invested I am when it comes to a watching experience. But
Mm.
it does definitely makes it easier for sure.
Bet. I mean, hey, shout out to Kaiju number 8. I really do hope you get better in the future. But so far, you're closer to mid than good. I'm not gonna lie to you at this moment. I think episode 4 is coming out tomorrow at the time of this recording. So we'll see what happens for sure. And I do want to lead this into what we were talking about earlier, Bartender, which all right, and I understand this. I have an irrational liking to Bartender because I watched the OVA when it first came out, like 10 years ago or something like that. And I was very disappointed that there was no official anime series to Bartender. And now we finally have that anime series, and it's like a comfort thing for me. Like, I think you definitely watch it as like that relaxing comfort anime. On top of that, I'm very particular in how my drinks are mixed and everything. At my wedding, I told the bartender specifically, I was like, "Hey, I need this drink mixed a very particular way. Like, don't have the measurements off with this." So I'm definitely a mixed drink guy. If you're taking straight up shots in 2024, seek help because you're just consuming at that point. You're not trying to enjoy yourself. But hey, that's just me. If you don't like Bartender Kardiac, maybe wait till you start drinking more.
Yeah. One thing I'll say about that is that I can see it. Like the show when I was watching the first, I believe I watched the first 2 or 3 episodes. I don't follow the 3-episode rule. I'm gonna drop you when I feel like it. But when I was watching it, it definitely felt like a series that like if you're invested in it, if you're watching it, it's one of those series that is healing. It was like if you're watching it to see mundane like day-to-day type people, but in situations that are so like healing to the soul, that are so soft to thinking, and it kind of is a restoration of like your belief in humanity a little bit. I put it in the same category as like some of the effects that people have from something like a place further than the universe, a Euro camp, even though it's not 4 cute girls doing cute things, but it's still the same type of healing of the soul type series. I can definitely see that. I just don't care about them people. So.
That's true. That is true. I like to how I like to describe Bartender is it's like take Shokugeki and make it not a battle shonen and be more sophisticated, and that's basically what Bartender is. At least that's me personally, that's how I see it. It's like you're learning more and more about like how these bartenders make the drinks and stuff. And low-key, I be taking notes. I'm like, all right, make the ice harder. All right, bet that'll change the taste of this liquor when you mix it in. All right, bet. Like I be taking notes, bro. I'm like, all right, bet. Let's see if this works. But yeah,
bro,
me
personally, that
shit.
If you don't drink that shit, pick it up and drink it, bro. Like doing all this fancy shit. You ordered Mike's Hard Lemonade. Drink that shit. It tastes good, bro. It tastes good by itself.
This man said Mike's Hard Lemonade. All right, bro.
I fuck with it, bro. I mean, I will fuck with it when I turn 21, allegedly.
What is your favorite anime of the season so far, though?
Go Loser Ranger.
Let's talk about it. It's
kind of free.
What about it like makes you be like, this is the one?
I am woefully under, like, I haven't seen that many Ranger, and I haven't seen any Ranger anime.
You haven't seen any Power Rangers?
No, any anime, any Power
Ranger.
I grew up off of Power Ranger seasons. I had Megazords, I had Morphers. I dressed up as them for Halloween. I I wanted to be a Power Ranger, not the actor, not the producer. I wanted to be a Power Ranger until I was like well into elementary school. I'm not gonna lie, it was like 11 when I.
Oh, dang, that's kind of long.
Yeah, that's. I didn't know. It took me until after I found out that Santa wasn't real to realize that Power Rangers weren't real. So that's the type of like Power Ranger is in my blood type that I am. And then I graduate from Power Rangers to, of course, Super Sentai, because that's all this shit is. So, but I've
Basically.
never seen it in anime, right?
Right.
So I don't know if it's normal for an anime the framing of a Ranger series to be from these different perspectives, and for it to be modernized or put in a commercial setting, instead of just like the usual like monster of the week, overarching villains trying to take over the world, etc. Like formula that a lot of, at the very least, Saban era Power
Right.
Rangers follow. But seeing this series take very much of like, this does not feel like Power Rangers or Super Sentai. It feels like actually well written show. It feels like espionage. It feels like a revenge story in a setting with Power Rangers, like in a setting to where you have these figures that are promoted that just happen to be Power Rangers, but it's like The Boys, but Power Rangers.
Yeah.
Like
For sure.
that's probably the like simplest way that I could put it if you haven't seen it yet. But like, it's very interesting the way that they are focusing on, at least to most people who are watching this, assumingly having, come from more Power Ranger background than Sentai background, and specifically live action and not animation, seeing it from the perspective of the fodder enemies, the putties, and then seeing one of them like become individualized and rise up and try to, exact revenge or plot or scheme. So
Yeah,
it's an interesting perspective.
and they always like remind us like these are not the supervillains. These are the foot soldiers, the guys that legit are just grunts. Like they're just grunts, dude. Like they're not meant to be the big bad that stops everything. I will say this. I was a little bit worried about Go-Go Loser Ranger because the first episode honestly didn't impress me that much. It wasn't until we got to episode 2, 3, and 4 where I'm like, all right, dude, this is actually insane. Like it's actually going really well. I'm so curious where this is gonna go, because now I'm like, who's on whose side at this point? Like who's really working with the Rangers, and who's really like wanting to see their downfall at this point? Like I don't know, man. I didn't even know that grunts had fans, bro. Like I didn't even know grunts had fans. I do want to ask you something. Do you think your love for Power Rangers enhanced your enjoyment of Go-Go Loser Ranger?
Nah.
No.
Simply because of how like actually detached it is from like the Power Rangers that I know. Like not just like the series. Like I'm not saying that if they put fucking in space in here, like that would make it work connect. But it's like the setting that they're in is unlike any Power Rangers that any series that has come to America. Like this is a very commercialized, very manufactured setting that like the Power Rangers have roped the aliens into. So like this is very much, this is different from like anything that I grew up with. So I don't even think that like my pre-existing connection with them helps with the series, to be honest.
Okay, because to be honest, from my perspective, since honestly, most of us as kids loved Power Rangers growing up. I love Power Rangers growing up. I did later on think in my head when I was a kid, I was like, what would happen if there was like an evil Ranger team? And of course, in Power Rangers in the past, there have been evil Ranger teams, but I'm like, what would a show be like from the perspective of those evil Rangers? And this kind of gives me that itch from when I was a kid of like, okay, imagine like this is literally like if Power Rangers wanted like just became overcapitalized, like they just were greedy, wanted money. After they defeated them, they were like, wait, let's keep these guys alive. They can't die. Let's might as well make some money off of this. And that is not justice at all. In fact, that is hella torturous, man. That is so torturous. Like imagine like you're just a grunt, you can't die, but you're forced to just die over and over again. Like and you don't even get like
for others' entertainment.
Yeah, for others' entertainment, and you don't even really see the profit off of it. You know what I mean?
No, you don't. Aside from like staying alive.
Right? And it's like, man, I am so curious. And also like the powers the dude has, like where he straight up like turns into these other humans, and like
Yeah.
I'm like, these other grunts can't really turn into other humans. They can only turn into like monsters and stuff. So I'm like, I'm just real curious the extent of the powers of these foot soldiers, as well as like, who's like, are the Rangers gonna win in the end, or are the foot soldiers gonna win in the end, and who's gonna help out the foot soldiers? You know what I'm saying?
I'm curious to the wider world now too, especially after this past episode where are you caught up or have you
Yes,
just now?
I'm caught up. I'm caught up. Yeah.
Bro, the backstory of old dude that was helping
Oh, that
the
was
putty.
crazy.
The enemy like that, I wonder how deep they're gonna get into the non like putty part of the antagonists or world or whatever. And I'm very interested like at how good the series is gonna even end up getting. Like it's already my favorite so far. I think it's had the best first 4 episodes of this season.
Mm-hmm.
Thinks at the strongest start. But I went back and people were like there's quite a bit of videos on YouTube about the manga that
Mm-hmm.
were made like a few months before the anime
Yes.
that like are saying like, hey, this is like damn near a masterpiece, like
Mm.
the source material. And I'm like, oh well shit, I had never heard of it until I was scrolling through Spring and just looking for shit to talk about and like watch. So I'm curious to see if it'll maintain and even get better in terms of the level of quality.
Yeah, and the popularity is definitely there because like literally just earlier today I was walking through a game store and I saw like manga like of Go Loser Ranger like just on the shelf, like a bunch of like
Mm,
manga volumes, and I'm like, oh shoot, dude, this thing is taking over, bro. Like
mm.
it's growing fast, and I'm very happy that this show is getting the love it deserves. I was actually worried that this show is not going to be that popular because the fact that it's on Hulu, like who the hell pays for Hulu now?
Well,
Besides my in-laws, which hey, thank you for paying for Hulu. I appreciate it a lot. But yeah,
student
man,
discount 238 a month, boy.
let's
Yeah.
go, man. Hey, shout out. Hey, you know what? Now I don't know if I want to shout out Hulu, but yeah, man. Go Loser Ranger, man. I'm happy that it's doing very well despite not being on Crunchyroll or Netflix.
Yeah.
I do want to talk about, while we're on the subject of Netflix, that I just brought it up. I watched the Netflix anime of this season, which is the Grimm Variations, where it takes the classic Grimm stories like Cinderella, Little Red Riding Hood, uh,
Mm.
what Hansel and Gretel. They're also a part of that. It takes a twist on it where it's like, oh, these are the stories you grew up with, but they're darker. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna lie to you, solid like 6 to 7 out of 10, depending on which story you get, because each episode is a different story. Like the first episode was Cinderella, I believe the second episode was Little Red Riding Hood, so on,
Mhm.
so forth. Um, yeah, each story is definitely interesting, but it was very hit or miss to me. Like there are 6 episodes. I think I only really liked 3 of them. So you can check it out if you want. It's just 3 episodes. I believe they're 45-minute each though, so be
Yeah,
wary of
I'm
that.
looking for it. I literally like because I watched the episode that you had with RJ, and I was like, huh, that sounds relatively interesting. I know that there's a lot of like of those niche series that are like really going crazy right now. I know like there's a lot of drama
Mhm.
this season, but I hadn't heard of it. But I've been trying to look for it, and I literally just like cannot find it on Mal. Like
Yeah,
I've
I
seen like
don't.
viral hit more than
What the? Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, not a lot of people are talking about it. But honestly, I feel like you should just check it out yourself on Netflix or well, whatever you're gonna watch it on. Who knows? I'm gonna just assume you're gonna watch it on Netflix. Let's just go with that. But yeah, I think the weirdest one was I'm not gonna say which story it was. One of the stories turned into an isekai, and I was like mad confused. I was like, okay,
uh,
what the fuck is happening? Like, I was like, what? This turned into an isekai. All right, bro, what are we doing here? Um, but yeah, definitely,
what's it
check
called
that
again?
out. The Grimm Variations. It's like Grimm Variations.
Okay, I see it now. I see
Yeah.
it. Yeah, this is okay. I might check this out. Because I still gotta watch like uh Girls Band Cry, Jellyfish Can't Swim at Night.
Don't watch that.
Really?
I think like it came out at the well, we might as well talk about this. I think Jellyfish came out at the worst time because I think Girls Band Cry is just way better in every way. I'm just like um I granted I've only seen 2 episodes of Girls Band Cry. I'm definitely gonna keep up with it. But Girls Band Cry, surprisingly good to me, at least. When I heard Toei and CGI, I was like, all right, don't know what to expect. This could be bad. But surprisingly, it's a vibe, dude. I actually do like it a lot. To all of you guys that are really into like band culture, as well as you like anime music, this is your thing, man. Like this honestly reminds me of Carol and Tuesday without the sci-fi. I'm not gonna lie to you. If you've seen Carol and Tuesday, you'll like Girls Band Cry. I'm enjoying it so far. I wish I could say more about it, but it's all I can say is watch it. It's good.
I definitely do have to check it out. I've heard like too many good things about it.
And I wish this was the shoujo of the season because they have really strong and good written female characters in this one. So
yeah, anything could be shoujo of the season.
Let's talk about it, man. Why did you drop a condition called love? Because I said why I dropped a condition called love at a past episode with RJ. Guys, check it out. If you guys want to talk about if you want to see me and RJ talk about why we kind of dropped a condition called love. But why did you drop it?
I dropped it because I have a very low weirdness barometer with this anime shit. All right. I'm very cutthroat. If I see some weird shit, I drop it. Doesn't matter in how much abundance. It really doesn't matter like how deep it gets. If there's some weird shit that I don't feel comfortable with, I'm dropping it. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous considering the fact that I said that I am a big fan and I am continuously watching Mushoku Tensei. Ignore that. But when it comes to this series, when it comes to A Condition Called Love, I understand that the show is exploring what love is and how to express it from different points of view that are inherently not the best. They're supposed to be unhealthy in learning how to properly love each other in their own ways. One person that doesn't even think that she loves the dude or it doesn't love the dude and is learning to love him, and one dude who loves too much, loves too hard, is too unhealthy, too self-sacrificial, etc. Those are both equally weird to me. Now the dude is more like overbearingly weird, and like it's just something. It is too much of like opposites attract, as well as the fact that I think that this very theme has been tackled much better without being as extreme in the relationship. And something like Horimiya. Horimiya is a series that like let it go untold for the most part, but like it explores what love means to different people through the aspect of different couples. Now it does it in a much more lighthearted aspect, in a much softer way. It's not as abrasive in its handling, which I mean honestly goes to its subtlety and why it's such a well written and well reviewed series. But like Horimiya is able to pull that off with so many different couples, so many different types of characters, splitting the attention and in like much more believable, relatable ways that are just honestly still entertaining and fucking hilarious. Horimiya is funny. This series is not like entertaining to me. It's not funny. It's not relatable. It's not endearing. It's not teachable. Like, and I also just don't think that it's that effective in what it's like in trying to portray the theme that it is trying to portray. It's ass.
It's straight up ass.
Yeah. I gotta apologize to Dylan because before the season started, I was like, "This is the shoujo," and I'm getting him into shoujo, so I like recommended it to him, and I gotta get back to him. I gotta tell him not to watch this shit.
You gotta be like, hey, I was wrong, man. Don't do it,
I was
bro.
wrong.
Don't do it.
Don't trust me.
Yeah, I mean, I dislike it for different reasons. I really just don't fuck with any of the characters. I'm just like, yo, this girl to me is not toxic in the way that I want her to be toxic.
You do like that.
I know that sounds crazy, but she's not my type of toxic. You know what I mean? And the dude's fucking annoying, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you. He is the definition of a fucking pick-me boy. A fucking if there's a boy version of a pick-me girl, it's fucking this guy, bro. I'm just like, all right, bro. You can't have it all, bro. Like, oh my gosh, I love you too much, and I'm handsome. And all I could give is myself. Eat a fucking dick, bitch. Who the fuck you think you are?
Well, I'm gonna stand in the cold for 4 hours because I just love you so much,
man.
And there's never been a situation to where they have explained why he loves her. It hasn't happened yet in the series.
If you don't get yourself to a fucking like emergency room to get your shit checked out, bro, like what the fuck are you doing?
And it's a well-reviewed manga. The manga's like a 7.8.
I don't fucking get it, dude.
That's so high for a shoujo on Mal. That's so high.
You know what I'm about to do? I'm about to have my wife watch the first episode. I'll be like, what do you think? Because maybe I'm missing something. Maybe it's not meant for me, bro. Maybe it's not meant for me. Like I'm being so dead serious. I don't understand the popularity with this show. I get it. You know what? Shoujo fans, I feel so sorry for you because you have to deal with a bunch of shonen fanboys talking about their mid-ass series all day, every day. And then, I get it. You have to gas up what you can get. But this shit is like mid at best. I'm so sorry. Like, I want to be supportive. I really do. I want strong female characters out there like in Girls Band Cry, but this is not it. I'm
getting into shoujo. I just wanted this to be good. I just wanted to watch something good in the shoujo demographic.
It's just not good. And for the sake of shoujo fans, I highly hope, I really hope for your mental health that Honey Lemon Soda has a great anime adaptation and is actually good. I actually have expectations for Honey Lemon Soda because, again, a lot of shoujo fans are praising the crap out of this manga. And I'm like, I hope the anime adaptation does it justice because, man, Condition Called Love is not it. I'm so sorry, dude. There's no way this is hyped up like you guys say it is, man. Ain't no way.
It is the... Let me make sure I count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10th rated 10th highest rated shoujo manga since 2016.
That is crazy. Can you look up Honey Lemon Soda and where that's at?
Let me see.
Because that's been a highly acclaimed shoujo manga that is getting an anime adaptation that people are hyped up about.
Its manga is actually rated slightly lower than A Condition Called Love.
Man,
Condition Called Love is a 7.79. Honey Lemon Soda is a 7.67.
Oh shit!
And granted, it has less members, so it has less people voting for it. Only by like 7,000, but that's sizable when it comes to manga.
Man,
and about 1,000 people who actually rated it. 1,000 less people, excuse me. But hopefully it's good.
I hope it's good. But for the sake of shoujo fans, I hope it's good. By the way, remember that Go-Go Loser Ranger is taking a break this week. There is no episode. So we gotta wait till the week after to watch Peakness. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, speaking of peakness and weirdness, man, talk to me about Mushoku Tensei Season 2 Part 2, bro. What you been thinking? They ditched the weirdness for more. Yes. Dude, I'm so curious like how this is gonna go. But talk to me, man. How you been enjoying this?
As someone who has recently read this in the manga, I read the manga, not the light novel. Fuck words. I really like this arc. and it's very wholesome. It is very like this arc is all about Rudius's interpersonal relationships, dealing with things changing in his life, but like not to like the highest of stakes, if that makes sense, but still high stakes because of like what they mean to him, and what these people like, the role that that people play in his life. And I think that this is a part in a lot of adventure series and a lot of adventure manga, to where like you've come across so many different people, right? You've been in this kingdom on this island, gone through these adventures, come across these people. We just at the recording of this video, last episode, we just saw fucking Rudyard again.
Yes.
And so we're going to be like, as the adventure part starts to pick up a little bit more, that's gonna get on the road again in terms of the old faces that we see, the new characters that get introduced, reintroduced, etc. But we're starting to see it with the recurring characters during the university arc, and with his sisters coming back into the fold. Just seeing how Rudy comes to appreciate the new connections and family that he's made is such like an amazing journey. And it's not at the scale that I know like some people appreciate or even like want to see in this series, but it's still handled with a lot of care, and it's a really enjoyable ride. And I'm glad that like the anime seems to be doing it justice so far.
It's like adapting what you read in the manga like really well. Like you would say it's pretty much 1-to-1 for the most part.
Pretty much 1-to-1 from the manga. But I will say the manga isn't even like, it's not the most 1-to-1 from the light novel. Like it changes like the order of events around and stuff apparently. So but it seems to be, if it's adapting the manga, it's adapting the manga 1-to-1. If it's adapting the light novel, it's adapting the light novel basically in the way that the manga adapts it. So
I see. Okay. And by the way, I will say this. I did say they ditched the weirdness, but then again, last episode, what they showed a scene where the girls were stealing panties from Fresh.
But that wasn't him. That's not
that's the thing. Yeah, it wasn't him this time, but there is still some weirdness in it. Like when that scene happened, I was like, was that necessary? I was like,
I'm not gonna lie, if niggas can get through like the shit that Jiraiya does, and like something like that, it's like, yeah, that's fucking, this shit is weird, bro. Like the jokes and the weirdness, like people are saying no Diddy now. Diddy is a predator. Diddy is a predator, but people are exchanging like no homo for no
Diddy.
Insert person who is a billionaire predator who is like taking advantage of a multitude of people. Like that's a joke to like present modern young American society now. If y'all can joke about that, y'all can't judge another culture about like making panty jokes like that.
Real.
That's weak. That's weak as fuck.
I will say this though. At the beginning of Mushoku Tensei, I got a little worried for this season because I was like, dang, are they gonna make this season a romance anime? I'm like, oh no. I hope it's not like this the whole time. It looks like it's not. It looks like there will be adventures to come for sure. I will say this. I don't know how to feel about the relationship between Norn. That's Norn. Norn. Yeah. And you know, Rudius. I'm curious what that dynamic is going to turn into. I understand why she's not super trusting of him based on, you know, he didn't give the best impressions, to be honest. But I hope she turns it around. Yeah, I don't know, man. I hope the sisters don't become overbearing and overstay their welcome. I hope they really do develop in their own certain way. But I will say this. I hope this season we get more world building, because there are some worlds that we have not gotten into yet. I believe we still haven't seen Dragon World. We haven't seen. Is there another world that I'm missing? Shoot.
I don't know where the elves come from.
Yeah, well, I don't know where the elves come. I know we've seen the demon world, we've seen the beast world, and we've seen the magic human world. I don't remember what other worlds we've seen. But I hope we get into more of those worlds, if that makes sense.
I'll say that don't happen this season.
Damn. Okay. It's more like a relationship character thing.
Yes, it is very much like, and I'll say specifically the sisters. The sisters, like, that is what this season is for.
Okay.
That's what this arc is.
Okay, bet. All right. Hey, Mushoku Tensei still A1. I'm loving it. I think it's still gonna be my favorite isekai after this, but we'll see what happens. Because we still got to go through one more anime that I hope you're caught up with. Windbreaker. Have you been caught up with Windbreaker? I am
caught up with Windbreaker.
I love the action in Windbreaker. I don't know what it is, but the choreography to me is amazing. I know, like, it's nothing deep. It's just gang violence and like gang culture in this town. But there's something about it that I'm just like, I fuck with it. I don't know, man. It's not deep, but it's like, it's so entertaining. I don't know how you feel about it.
It's endearing because I know this sounds crazy. It's about gang violence, but it's a return to form for like the pop delinquent genre. Tokyo Revengers,
man,
the attention that it got, the praise that it got, and the early adoption that it got came crashing down because of, like, honestly, an unforeseen phenomenon that I've experienced in the anime community, which is the disappointment of the manga completely tearing down any momentum gained by the anime. Like, in a time where, like, the anime was not airing, the manga was not even ending, the shit was just so ass, and I agree as a manga reader, that it affected everyone who had fun with season 1, and then no one watched season 2, and no one gives a fuck anymore. So to see a series more faithfully adapt the tropes and the what's it called, the commonalities within the delinquent genre very faithfully, and like just give it, you know, some life, give it like a good consistent adaptation, and like just pretty much just buy the book's delinquent manga with an amazing modern adaptation. It's refreshing. It's refreshing, especially because, like, I'd probably say that for the average person, unless I'm tripping, like the only 2 delinquent manga that you can like damn near guarantee someone who's like gotten into anime in the past 5 years has watched is like Tokyo Revengers and maybe like GTO.
Oh yeah, GTO. That's it. Yeah.
I think that's it. Like I don't think anyone's really watched anything else. So like this is a chance for and recently in a pod I said that this was the series that I think has the most blow up potential this season, because of how it is like new to probably the newer anime fan, but also an amazing representation of just like what faithfully and traditionally makes this genre great. And it's just doing that so far.
Yeah, and on top of that, I'm gonna just say it. The fight scenes are amazing and very clippable. So like, literally, you can just show someone a fight scene from the first episode, and they'll be like, "Damn, what is that?" And like, they'll be interested in it. I'll be honest, they will. So
it has the aura too.
It has the aura for sure. Damn, and the main character's not a crybaby. Like, come on, man. It literally everything Tokyo Revengers failed at, Windbreaker is exceeding at. You know, so hey, it is what it is. I hope it gets better for sure. And that new episode was pretty fire. I'm not gonna lie. Have you seen Yatagarasu, the Raven does not choose its master? Have you seen that one?
What the fuck is that?
It's an anime that RJ recommended it to me. And I haven't gotten to it yet, but he said this is an anime where the second episode is where it gets going. It's like fantasy. It's like fantasy murder mystery.
RJB watches some bullshit.
It's like fantasy murder mystery, and it looked interesting, but I haven't gotten around to it. I just didn't know if you got around to it.
You said Yamaterasu? What?
Yatagarasu. The Raven does not choose its master.
He be watching some bullshit over there in California, man.
Yo, I don't, dude. When he said he'd be watching 40 anime, I believe it because of the shit he recommends. I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, I think he watching Idolmaster. No, let me stop. I'm just spreading propaganda now. I love, bro. The best shit to do in AniTube is to shit talk other AniTubers. I don't even think I'm in AniTube no more. But just like talking shit about RJ is hilarious, bro.
It is.
Like I was just spreading propaganda that he's like the ultimate My Hero dick rider because he is. He loves My Hero.
Because he loves My Hero. Yeah.
It's
You're
his
right.
favorite anime. Dang. And then like we were live and he was in the chat and I just bullied him into coming on the next My Hero episode. it was great. It was great. Shout out the boy, man.
Yo, shout out RJ. Are there any other anime that you have been watching that you would like to recommend me this season?
Let me see. We already talked about Windbreaker. We already talked about Go-Go Ranger. I already talked about Kaiju. The last one that like I'm still watching is Mission Yozakura Family. I don't know. Damn, why the fuck is it getting 27 episodes?
I've heard of Yozakura Family. I think RJ mentioned it in one of his streams. I heard that's like the new Hitman Reborn or something like that. That's what I heard.
Yeah, it's basically taking Hitman Reborn's place in Weekly Shonen. But it is a series that it's been a Weekly Shonen Jump for a fun fact. Aside from My Hero, One Piece, and if you still consider that shit Togashi writes once a year,
every 2 years.
Every 2 years, excuse me. It's not that consistent. Get well, Togashi, or whatever the fuck. Mission Yozakura Family is the longest running manga in Jump aside from My Hero One Piece. Since 2019, it has been trekking along, not getting 1 million sales a year. But it has survived, which is great. It's a good series. It's solid. Pretty fun, like a good family dynamic.
Mm-hmm.
A good spy aspects, good fish out of water situations and scenarios. Basically, if Gon like started off as a bitch and was brought into the Zoldyck family,
damn,
like that's what it is. That's the closest comparison. Some people try to stretch the Spy Family comparison because it's a family, of spies. But like that doesn't get to the dynamic of the fact that the two main characters are fucking married. So like that doesn't it doesn't solve that. It doesn't tackle that. And granted, like Gon and Killer aren't married, but basically,
might as well be.
Yeah, they're gay for each other. That's fine.
They're 12, but anyways,
gay 12 and gay. I don't know.
12 and gay. I guess you're right. You're right. Oh man, that's gonna be a crazy intro when I edit that down.
Let's say just put that in quotes as the title. That's perfect. 1 out of 10, buddy.
Oh man. But how? Like, would you recommend Yozakura Family like right now?
Yeah, I mean, like I'm desensitized to it because, like, I read, like I said earlier, I read everything in Jump, like first 10 chapters at the very least, and it plays on some tropes, but it has a very good cast. Has, like I said, the dynamic is very interesting, very cool. I'd recommend it. I'd recommend it, man. Everyone needs some Jump in their life.
Bet. All right.
And it's better than Kaiju No.8. So
it is. Hey man, I don't think it's that hard to be better than that so far, at least. Anyways, the only other anime that I'm watching that we have not talked about, or planning to watch, Oblivion Battery, a very I'm not gonna like a basic baseball anime, but with like a slight twist to it. One of the main characters got amnesia and forgot how to play baseball. So there's the twist there, and apparently he was like 5-star recruit level catcher in high school baseball or middle school baseball. He was apparently getting recruited by everyone before he got amnesia. People didn't know what happened to him, but now he's at a public school with his best friend who's a pitcher.
Mm.
A 5-star pitcher, by the way. He's also like a really good pitcher, but his friend decided to not accept any of the offers from the top schools and go with his friend who has amnesia to a public school to hopefully get him to remember how to play baseball again. Something like it. To me, that slight twist was enough for me to be interested in seeing what do they do here. You know what I mean? So it's nothing like crazy. Like I don't think it's like crazy amazing, but it is interesting to me. Like to me it's an interesting watch for sure.
You be loving them fucking amnesia stories.
I do be loving amnesia, bro. Except for the anime amnesia. That shit was ass. Worst anime I've ever watched. 0.5 out of 10. Not even 1 out of 10. 0.5.
It's so generic, but also like so like unimaginative of a condition. Like if you're going to use a fake condition, you might as well just create some shit. Adolescent syndrome, puberty
syndrome, baseball.
Fucking what's it called? What's that shit in Kokoro Connect? I mean, just supernatural element. If you're gonna do some bullshit, do some bullshit.
Dude, the pitcher and the catcher swap bodies in the middle of the game. Like, yo, okay, that would be crazy. Yeah. That would be crazy, yo. You'd be like, yo, how do I pitch this shit? What the fuck? And be like, and the dude would be like, I can't catch anything. Like that'd be crazy.
And then eventually they gamify it, and then you have like dude switching minds with like everyone on the team to like hit it, and then like switch to baseman and run around and whatever the fuck.
And they end up being gay for each other. Let me stop.
Oh my god.
Anyways, guys,
12 and gay.
12 and gay. Man, I don't know if I should cut that out. I should probably just leave it in. Fuck it. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. Me and Kardiac will be back actually. So check out the episode after this one because we got a lot of stuff to talk about, man. And I'm not gonna lie, I love having Kardiac's company, man. I really do. Shout out to the boy for real. But anyways, Kardiac, anything you want to plug or say goodbye to the people?
Watch my channel for when I upload. Keep the counters going.
How long has it been, bro? Has it been 9 months yet?
I think it's been like 4 months. Oh, it's coming up on 4 months. I hope it doesn't get to 4 months though, because I will say, this is the end of the pod, end of the episode. Fucking what's it called? Secrets. I now have the time to edit. I now have a plan to continue and establish a level of consistency. Basically, I'm hiring an editor, but they don't know that I'm hiring them yet, so I'll reach out soon. But what's it called? I have a system in place. I have shit written up. I'm currently in the process of moving back home because it's the end of the semester, clearly. So next time we talk, I'll probably be back at home.
Bet.
What's it called? And expect videos this summer to be consistent. I'm also working on another project. I won't make public yet because natural growth, man. Exactly. But it's also in another niche. So
okay, bet.
But just know things are in place, but keep the countdowns going.
All right. Anyways, guys, that's it from us. And please leave a like, comment, and subscribe. And let us know what anime you recommend for this season, man. I want to know. I'm always on the lookout for good anime coming out seasonally. And just leave it down, man. And what you think is the best anime of this season so far, please let me know. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. And I'm going to catch you guys later. See ya.
Kendrick over Drake, bitch.